You're welcome to another video. We are told to solve for the value of x in this index type of equation, given that x squared minus x cubic is equals to 12. So this question, you can predict the value of x easily if you're a genius, that is of course. But I'm going to take you through step by step until you find the final value of x. So if you're watching us for the first time, kindly remember to subscribe, hit the like button, turn your notification on. So let us dive into the solution straight away. So we're being told that x squared minus x cubic is equals to 12. So the first approach that I'm going to use is there a way that I can split this 12 so that I get the numbers which I can express in terms of squared and cubic. Of course, it goes without saying that 12 can be expressed as 4 times 4 times 8. 4 times 8. So it's not, I'm going to use 4 plus 8. So that when I add 4 plus 8, I get 12. And of course, this 12 can also be expressed as 2 squared to represent 4, plus 2 cubic to represent 8. So I'm going to take this and substitute here as x squared minus x cubic. That's going to be, I'm going to take 12 on the other side, so it's going to become as minus of 12 is equals to 0. And wherever I have 12, I'm going to replace 2 squared and 2 cubic as x squared minus x cubic minus 2 squared plus 2 cubic is equals to 0. So it is well easier to see. And then at this stage, I'm going to collect the values that have squared together and put them together, and the one that has cubic, I'm going to put them together too. So I have x squared, and then I bring this 2 squared like that, minus x cubic, and then bring this positive 2 cubic is equals to 0. At this stage, what I can do next, I'm going to factor out, and this can be written as x squared minus 2 squared, like that, so that I have minus of x cubic. And remember, the whole of this was 12. It means that when I open this bracket, then this is going to change to a negative, so that I have negative of 2 cubic is equals to 0, which can be further factorized as x squared minus 2 squared. I'm going to take out negative of 1 here, so that I remain with x cubic plus 2 cubic is equals to 0. So it is very easy to see. Then this x squared minus 2 squared, I'm going to take a relations of a squared minus b squared, which when expanded, you can get a minus b and then a plus b. While this part, x cubic plus 2 cubic, will take a relationship of a squared plus b. It is a cubic plus b cubic, which when expanded further, I'm going to get a plus b multiplied by a squared minus ab, then plus b squared. So I'm going to use this relation and this expansion to solve this part and this part. So when I expand it, at this particular point, I'm going to have x plus 2 multiplied by x minus 2, subtract 1, open the bracket where there is x cubic and 2 cubic. I'm going to expand it on this form, and then I'm going to get x plus 2 multiplied by x squared minus 2x plus 4. So that is the expansion of it. Of course, this is equals to 0. If you look at this statement keenly, I have x plus 2 here and x plus 2 here. I'm going to take it outside as x plus 2. And then inside, I'm going to remain with x minus 2. And then minus 1. Of course, these are factored it out. X squared minus 2x plus 4 is equals to 0. So it is now clear and very easy to see that these are product of two functions. And the first function, it means that x plus 2 is equals to 0. This bracket here. Meaning that it goes without saying that when you take these two on the other side, the first value of x for our solution is x is equals to negative of 2. Or on the other side, when you try expanding this, I'm gonna get x minus 2, and this negative affects this other bracket as negative of x squared, and then positive of 2x, and then this becomes negative of 4 is equals to 0, like that. So expanding further, I get negative of x squared plus 3x minus 6 is equals to 0, and that it tells us that this is a quadratic equation which I'm going to solve using the quadratic formula. And for the quadratic formula, I will start with my a becomes of negative 1. This becomes a. B is positive 3. And c is negative of 6. Substituting all in the quadratic equation, I'm going to get x is equals to negative of b, which is like that, plus or minus the square root of b squared, meaning I'll do that, minus 4 times a, negative 1, times c, negative of 6, everything all over 2 times a. Of course, a is negative 1. That is it. I'm going to get negative 3 plus or minus square root of 9 minus 24 over negative of 2. Like that. Solving it further. So guys, if you're still watching us, kindly remember to like this video, share, leave a comment with an alternative approach as you turn your notification on by subscribing. I usually post. We also have a playlist you're gonna check out. So it comes as x is equals to negative of 3 plus or minus the square root of negative of 15 all over negative 2. Of course, negative 15 can be written as square root of negative 15. I can separate this as square root of negative 1 multiplied by the square root of 15. And of course, the square root of negative 1 is I, an imaginary number, root 15. So using this, now my final solution for x now becomes negative 3 plus or minus this I multiplied by the square root of 15. Of course, I represents the square root of a negative of 1 all over negative 2. Meaning I can get other two answers from this. I'm going to call it x1 And when I'm going to take the positive number so that my value becomes plus I the root of 15 over negative 2, which can be simplified as positive 3, and then of course this is negative, that is positive, becomes negative I the root of 15 all over 2 as the second value of x. Third value of x, I'm going to use the negative here so that I have negative of 3 minus I like that over negative 2. This can also be simplified further as 3 plus I root 15 over 2. Well, I'm going to verify very fast our first value of x, if it is indeed our value of x for the first one was negative 2, and our equation was x squared minus x cubic is equals to 12, meaning I'm going to substitute negative 2 wherever I have x, and this is going to be like that, is equals to 12. So when you square a negative number, at this particular point you're going to get 4 minus, and when you cube a negative number, you're going to get a negative number. I want to see if it's going to give us 12. Opening this bracket, this is negative and this is negative. Of course, negative times negative gives you positive, so that I have 4 plus 8 is equals to 12. And indeed, it's true that my left hand side is equals to my right hand side, and our the value of x which we got satisfies our equation. So guys, we have come to the end of this tutorial. I hope you have learned. Kindly remember to share, like, leave a comment. Until we meet again in the next video. Goodbye for now.